G'day guys, Show Us Your Slots here, bringing you a Revo slot review. I'm Anthony V and I'm pleased to bring this review to you today. Alright, we've got a brand new Revo slot Mustang GTO, the Roush Racing, the 24-hour Daytona 1985 winner in the 1/32 scale cars from Revo slot. Alright, let's get him out of the box. As always, very helpful, useful information and spare parts sheet from Revo slot. We'll come back to that one in a little while because we all want to see this car. A lot of guys have been talking about this one coming, the Mustang, and it's looking every part of what hopefully they're expecting. Alright, well let's get him straight out of the box. Here we go. As always in the box, a couple of Revo slot stickers there. There's a single mirror there, as these cars run with, from what I could see, and a magnet for those that run magnet racing, and a spare guide. Alright, now the car. Alright, let's zoom in there, get you some nice detail on this one. Get you up and close so you can see what's going on here. Alright, we'll just do a quick rotation around. As always, great detail from Revo slot in the liveries. They really do bring it together. Great looking cars. The mirror on this one just mounts on the left hand side. You can see the little slot there for it to clip into. Very Ford tail light assembly there of the era. Great details there. Alright, let's get him off the base and have a look inside. Just for those who don't know, it's just a simple screw underneath those. The board there for the Revos, it just undoes. Get that one out of the way. Alright, here we go. Underneath, so typical two-piece aluminium chassis for the Revo slots with the 4 attachment points for the body. Nylon gear on the alloy hub at 21,200 gram centimetre at 12 volt. That's the torque rating of this motor. Comes equipped with the small guide. We've got the optional deeper guide for the timber tracks and whatnot where you need that, and a little bit of work required there on those front wheels to get them going around nice and nice, but that will be done at the bench later on. Alright, to get inside, so what I'm doing here, alright, just you can pull those out, unclip it, and that'll get you inside. Gets the lid off. Having a look inside there, so the brass pinion, typical Revo slot, the aluminium pillar blocks, there's 6mm ball bearings through those, and the 3mm axles. So all good standard Revo slot. These cars produce some fantastic racing. Always very, very competitive. Options for your body float, or the chassis float, you can tighten that up or you can loosen it up depending on your track. That. And just back to the body shell there. Let's give you a look inside that one. As always, Revo slot have different coloured rubbers for the body, so you can lift it up, lower it at the front, raise it at the back, whatever you need to do. Looking forward to getting this one on the track and having a look at it going around. So easy enough to clip back together there. Just drop it back in. I've got caught somewhere because I'm obscured by the camera. Yeah. Made that a lot harder than what it could have been. So, iconic 1985's Ford Mustang. These guys dominated the ISMA racing series from what I read. Lots of famous names. This one's Wally Dellenbach Jr. and Doc Bundy. Plenty of other names in there as well. You'll see those on the sheet. Scott Pruitt, Bruce Jenner with their 12-hour winner in 1986. B. Elliott, K. Rudd, K. Petty, and K. Schrader for their 24-hour Daytona winner at 1986 in the red livery there, and the car we're looking at with Wally and Doc in the Roush Racing number 65. White kit available for those of you who like to paint them up. Certainly always great to see some of the liveries that people come up with of their own ideas. Detailed sheet as we always have from Revo with all of the spare parts numbers, which is really, really handy. It's a great thing they do there. Makes it very easy when you need to turn up at Shice Slotz and ask for a spare parts, and you can just give them the number and get it off the shelf. List of optional parts there, tyres and nuts are all there, and some other body part kits down the bottom there. So looking forward to seeing this one on the track shortly. I think that'll look great getting around the track. Should be a great performer. Time will tell. That'll go up with the RX-7 and the Porsche 934. So it'll be great to see a bit of a contest among those cars in the same class. All right, that's about it for this one. Great to have a look at this brand new Revo from Revo Slot, and looking forward to getting this one going around the track. I'll bring some footage to you shortly. Okay, here we are trackside, continuing our review of the new Mustang Revo slot car. Let's get it on the track and see how it performs. Okay, we've chosen a red lane to go here. We'll get a couple of laps in just to get this car going, and immediately it's feeling quite nice. Getting around nicely here. We'll just do a couple of laps, clean the tyres, see what we think. Alright, down that one. Alright, we've got a 9.2 there. It gives us a little bit of reference for the first whole lap time. Bring it around again, we'll give it a tyre clean and send it around again. Okay, let's see what we can get out of this one now. But already I can tell this is a nice car to drive. Looks great on the track. The livery stands out nicely, even though it's a white car on the white track. So there we go, down to a 9.2 on our. Can we get this one into the 8? There we go, an 8.8, so the times are starting to come down as this car gets itself into gear and running around, and it's handling quite nicely. What we did notice as I got it out of the box here this evening is that there are new screws securing the motor pods down to the chassis. They're a torque screw as opposed to the hex screws, the 1.5mm hex screws we had previously, so I believe that's an update that Revo Slot have brought into the range. So some of you might need to go diving into your toolboxes to find a new torque screwdriver, and we might have a look and see what size that is. So there we go, just cruising around here comfortably. That's a nice car to drive. It's hanging in quite well. A little taily, just on fresh tyres. These aren't set up at all. This is just out of the box. So 8.6 second lap there. So I'm going to start to lean on this a little bit more as we go. All right, it's just dropped off in a 9, so we might give it one more tyre clean and see if we can improve our lap times a little bit. Okay, let's see what we can do. This is for a fresh car out of the box. Is hanging on really well. It's very drivable, and I can see some good lap times coming from that. So there's an 8.52. It's definitely got a bit more up its sleeve yet. You can see it popping a little bit. There's a bit of a lump in one of those front tyres, but a bit of time on the bench, you'd get that out. Alright, there we go. So we're running the 8.5s now. Okay, I'll go and bring the camera down and we'll show you a couple of close-up shots of this guy in some of the corners here. Running a few laps again here and on the flat tracker here at Slotz. You might notice or hear there's an active race going on this evening over on Suzuka. The boys are having a bit of fun over there while we quietly film this little segment on the flat track. Righto, that's a couple of laps on those corners there, give you a bit of an idea of how this car handles. It's shaping up pretty good so far, I think. This might go very well indeed. Here we are doing a few more laps with the new Revo Slotz Ford Mustang, 1980s, 85s, the number 65 car. It's handling very nicely for a new car out of the box and with a little bit of a tune. I think this car is going to go very well. The guys are quite excited this evening. We've got a live race going on the track next to us. There's already one or two cars being purchased this evening here at Slotz for the guys to get down here probably during the week or next weekend. Okay guys, here we are back from the track after our initial drive on the new Revo Slotz Ford Mustang GTO. Had a great time down there cutting some laps with this one. Very comfortable, easy car to drive. It was put in a succession of 8.5 second laps on a new car. At that, with a bit of work, getting it all set up, getting the tyres trued and whatnot, half a second or even a second better, I would anticipate this car will run out, taking it well into the 7-second lap times around the flat track at Slotz, which a very competitive time for these 1/32 scale cars. You might have noticed late we even had a little bit of a drift session. It was holding a left drift, right drift in the into the couple of later corners around the flat track there, so we're having a bit of fun with that as well. So, and just showed how well balanced and controllable this car was. One of the things we picked up on since the unboxing was the new screw design on the on the motor holders. So I'll just show you that. That relates to these screws here. These three screws that hold the blocks that hold the motor in. Revo Slotz have changed these to a Torx fitting, which is a star-shaped head on those, opposed to the hex heads that they had previously. So you might need a new screwdriver or new driver bit in your box. I'll just zoom in so you can see there. These are these star-shaped Torx, and in this case, it's a T6. Is what we've got there, and it seems to engage quite nicely. So I think that's probably a step in the right direction. Torx always give good positive bite from the bit to the screw head. So that's that. Very well received last night, this car down there. There was a race on for the evening. The guys were all very keen to have a look at it. A couple of cars have gone home, I believe, already, so they'll be getting ready for some track time coming up. So I look forward to seeing the different colours and variations in these cars that Revo Slotz have released. So that just about wraps that up. Hope you enjoyed this review. I certainly did, bringing it to you, and look forward to getting this new Revo Slotz Ford Mustang GTO on the track. As always, stock available from Slotz in Lemon Tree Passage So hit the guys up there if you're keen to get a hold of one. Righto, leave you to it. Happy racing.